The conspiracy against saturated fat. Dr. Jack Wolfson responds to the American Heart Association's ignorant attack on coconut oil. Over the weekend, a story was published by the American Heart Association, explaining that coconut oil is unhealthy for cardiovascular health. This is the same organization that told heart attack victims, for decades, that they could consume an infinite amount of artificial sweeteners and processed sugar as long as they ate no fat. The AHA deemed that fats were unhealthy, especially plant-based healthy fats similar to those found in chia seeds, avocados and flax seeds. The AHA is currently back at it again. This time it's war on coconut oil because it keeps people from buying into their toxic products. As coconut oil becomes widely used, it digs into the corrupt heart attack industry, which relies on sick customers to stay ill by consuming junk foods that lack nutrition. The AHA's effort to market their product hasn't been hard to notice, and only those who are naive will believe whatever the AHA, or the AMA, says on health, nutrition and disease prevention. Organizations funded by Big Pharma are slaves to the pharmaceutical interests. Many holistic practitioners are railing against the AHA's ignorance that is promoting heart disease than preventing it. Here's what Jack Wolfson, D.O., FACC, author of The PLO Cardiologist and founder of the drswolfson.com, had to say about the AHA's ignorant attack on coconut oil. The Conspiracy Against Saturated Fat. By Jack Wolfson, D.O., FACC. Did you read the current study that shows coconut oil to increase heart attacks? Right. You haven't, because there is no study confirming that to date. The American Heart Association, AHA, maintains the same propaganda since the 70s. Saturated fat contributes to cardiovascular disease. The media swallows that up as they rely heavily on advertisers. Fake news can be blamed on corporate America, as they are the ones dictating lobbyist groups such as the AHA. The AHA is a lobbyist group that brings in around $1 billion annually to spread Big Pharma and Big Agriculture's corrupt agenda around. What is saturated fat? Saturated fat is a particle called a triglyceride. Tri means 3, which means 3 fatty acids are stuck to a glycerol backbone. The fatty acids can be saturated, monounsaturated, or polyunsaturated. The monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fat aren't harmful to the body, but saturated fat is. That is the same saturated fat located in the mammary gland of nursing females, animals and humans. This is the same saturated fat found within eggs, which gives sustenance to reptiles and birds. Feed oatmeal to your chicken. For millions of years, the human race has been consuming saturated fat. Ancient humans were hunter-gatherers, and their diet consisted of seafood and meat. Even animals eat seafood, meat, or insects. When did sat fat become bad for us? In the middle of the 20th century, doctors examined coronary plaque within arteries of the heart. Cholesterol was found within plaque, and cholesterol comes straight from animals. The doctors then placed blame on cholesterol. There was a trial conducted that was presented with certain data that was handpicked by Dr. Ansel Keys. Corporate America took this and crammed down large amounts of grain, sugar and artificial down our throats. As a result, America's health has taken a turn for the worse. Enough science? Is saturated fat bad for us? The largest nutrition journal in the world, American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, published a study in 2010 that examined 500,000 people and their reactions to saturated fat. It was concluded that saturated fat had no link to coronary disease. Then in 2016, more evidence concluded that saturated fat lowers cardiac health risks. AJCN reported in 2015 that saturated fat is linked to heart disease, except if it is from plants, fish, or dairy. Saturated fat isn't a problem if it comes from those 3 sources. This is what authors of the study had to say on their results. It should be acknowledged that other dietary components in the food sources containing SFAs may have played a role in the observed associations, such as refined carbohydrates in pastries or salt in processed foods. It is the other junk in the food, not the saturated fat. The 2015 study has a side note: eat more fat to lower your risk for a heart attack and death. What about cholesterol? The statement by the AHA states that saturated fat boosts LDL cholesterol and even says LDL cholesterol contributes to blockages in the arteries. They say causes, when LDL doesn't cause and hasn't been proven to contribute to heart disease. This is all big pharma rhetoric. Why would animals produce LDL? To kill humans with heart attacks? No. LDL gives nutrients to the body, and is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory and helps the immune system. LDL is located within plaque, and coronary disease is autoimmune. When it comes to the size of LDL, small particles can increase your risk of heart disease if they are elevated. Many studies in the past have measured total LDL, but the data is hugely wrong. What means most is the ratio between LDL versus HDL. It is best to have more HDL particles than LDL. My experience. When people switched out sugars and starchy carbohydrates with fat, they felt better, looked great, and the lab results were optimal. LDL particles are reduced. HDL particles increase. Inflammation is gone and blood sugar is stabilized. They even experienced healthy weight loss and couldn't have felt any better. Conclusion. When will the AHA put the people's interests first over big pharma? Most likely they will continue being corrupt and deceiving the public with lies. We all know the American Diabetes Association, AHA, and other disease prevention organizations profit off the diseases. At the end of the day, the diet you consume is imperative to your overall body health. You would be wise to follow in your ancestors' path in regard to health, then live off of the toxins sold by big agriculture and big pharma. Source: organicandhealthy.org. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please don't forget to share it with others so they have a chance to enjoy this information. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and we hope to see you soon. If you want more recipes and tips, subscribe to our channel.